Welcome back to the third season of Kitchen Inspired. I am Jen Morris, your host, and we are really excited to welcome John Richard from Laconia Country Club. He is a chef that has been in the field for over 40 years, and coincidentally, we used to work together way back when we were in our 20s, so this is going to be so much fun. Really looking forward to cooking with you. John, what are we going to start with?
We're going to start with a summer salad, arugula salad with lemon vinaigrette, chili parmesan, and some fresh asparagus from Jen's garden.
Great, all right.
All right.
What do I need to do?
We're going to start by, a lot of people tend to grab asparagus and grab a knife, but as you know, we're just going to snap it.
It's so fresh.
Inedible, edible.
Good.
And then we are going to blanch this in some boiling water and then immediately shock it to stop the cooking process.
Okay. And when you say blanch, we're just going to boil it for a quick second?
Quick 2 minutes.
Okay.
Jen has this beautiful induction stovetop.
Ooh, it's bright green already. Looks good.
We're not going to go too far. Ooh, especially with this beautiful asparagus. Not grown in, where do they grow asparagus otherwise?
I don't know. Not here.
Not here.
Not in Plymouth, New Hampshire.
Well, it depends. Do you live in Plymouth or
I do. Oh, that looks awesome.
Oh, it smells delicious too.
Okay, so now we're gonna shock it with the ice
Drop it right in some ice water to stop the cooking. And we can kill that.
Okay.
We are now going to put together our lemon vinaigrette. Okay. So I'd love to give you measurements, but we will, I'm assuming before the show starts, we'll have the recipes up for everybody.
Yep. Yes, we will. Great, so you're just collecting seeds. I've never squeezed a lemon like that. I love it.
It's easy. Makes your hands smell great too. One of the chef tricks is, after you cut fish, no matter what you do, you really can't get the smell of seafood off your hands. So a little squeeze of lemon juice, a little Dawn, and your hands smell great.
Dawn dish liquid?
Dawn dish liquid. So we have approximately 2, maybe 3 teaspoons of fresh lemon juice. If you're so inclined, you can also have a microplane. You can put a little of
the zest,
the lemon rind. Zest. Thank you. Approximately, I have a little Grey Poupon here. I'm going to add another teaspoon or so, basically just to help the emulsion. And a vinaigrette is essentially an emulsion which you are taking 2 ingredients that don't want to be together and forcing them. Hollandaise, mayonnaise, vinaigrette, all emulsions. So I'm going to take my whisk and add a pinch of salt and pepper. Jen is going to be kind enough to squirt a little olive oil in here.
Yep.
And essentially, oil to vinegar is about a 3-to-1 ratio. That looks pretty good, Jen.
Thank you. How do you tell? Just by the color?
By the consistency.
Okay.
And we're also going to find out if we grab some tasting spoon.
A little too olive oily?
Yep, a little more lemon.
So that's basically a whole and a half.
Yep. There you go. The sous chef will take over.
Okay. You gonna taste it again? Or do you think it's right?
I'm going to use the other end of the spoon.
Don't double dip.
No double dipping. This is not Seinfeld. It's perfect.
Good.
So we're going to take our Owens.
Owens Farm arugula. It's
and-
beautiful stuff. It tastes amazing.
Oh, I've already gotten vinaigrette all over me. What a surprise. Perfect. Oh, these are beautiful.
To the rescue.
So, what is another name for arugula? Anybody know besides me?
No.
Rocket.
Oh, that's right. I did know that.
Because when it goes to seed, it shoots up like a rocket. So if you have it in your garden, which I have, you blink your eye, you go out, and next thing you know, it's large and bitter and gone to seed. So
Gotta
we
catch
are
it.
going to, yes, we're going to take some of our lemon vinaigrette. And I am a big fan of, with any green, give it a little S&P before you dress it.
And why do you do that?
I
Just
salt
brings
and
out the
pepper everything,
flavors?
Yeah, salt is a flavor enhancer.
So just lightly dressing it.
You always want to lightly dress. You can always come back and add more dressing, but next thing you know, you have to keep adding more arugula in order to have the proper amount of dressing, and you have to invite more friends over. And
That's not a bad thing.
not a bad thing, but it may be difficult to do at the last moment.
True. All right. That looks beautiful.
Then we are going to take our Parmesan Reggiano. Don't mind my fingers. And we're going to shave some of that on there.
Cool. So just a vegetable peeler.
Yep.
That's awesome.
Again, you could use a microplane if you want a finer grade on your cheese, but I like the bite. Big pieces of parm, I think it looks great, and every bite should have a little parm in it. And then we are going to restrain our...
Here, I can do that. That's my job.
Yep, and you can take that.
And there's a little ice in there too.
Then you're going to take your blanched asparagus. I'm also a big fan of English peas or fresh summer peas. Basically anything that you can find in your garden in the spring or summer, you can toss right in there. And surprisingly, we've just found ourselves some fresh English peas, and we're going to add those as well. They have a nice little bite to them, a nice little crisp snap in your mouth, and there you have it.
Perfect. We are here at Owens Truck Farm with Chris Owens, and we are excited to get a tour of the farm, check out all of these amazing and beautiful gardens. We use a lot of Owens food on the show and at Inspire Cafe, so let's go take a look on the farm.
Okay,
All right, so just trimming the outer.
this lettuce
Edges?
is called Salanova. It was just developed by Johnny's about 3 years ago, and it's the most amazing lettuce.
How do you know how much to pick for
Oh,
each
it doesn't matter.
mix?
That's the beauty of it. Every day the mesclun is a little different.
And you said there are how many greens included in the mix?
14, and I can name them all.
What are they?
Maybe arugula, but that's how you should pick it, but make sure there's no weeds. And just snip it halfway down. Okay. Now I don't know how far you want to go, but there's red mustard, there's This will be
This is
good
good.
enough. Yeah.
Yeah, you use no pesticides,
Nope.
no weed killers of any kind.
And no artificial fertilizer. 5-10-5. I could be wrong.
And you sell it in 1 pound bags at the stand?
You sell it in. They weigh it. I don't weigh it. I just take big handfuls, put it in the bag. It's another wasted.
Okay. This is serious.
You don't want any water in it. You want it dry as you can be. And if you get it dry as it can be, it'll last 2 weeks in your refrigerator.
Wow.
2 weeks.
Even with the purple lettuce, because that really...
Everything.
Okay. Chris, this has been such a great experience, and we're really excited to see how this beautiful mescaline mix comes together for the New Hampshire community. So thank you so much for your time. It was really fun. The sponsorship of Meredith Village Savings Bank to Kitchen Inspired exemplifies their commitment to supporting organizations in our communities to help make better places to live for all of us. We applaud their commitment and appreciate their support. Okay, so now I'm really looking forward to this next dish. It's gazpacho. So I think this is going to be a really fun thing for us to learn how to make, starting with those beautiful tomatoes.
Yep. Your fresh vine ripe tomatoes, green pepper, onion, 1 giant cucumber. We've got a shallot and some fresh garlic, and we're going to start by pureeing all these vegetables together. And yeah, let's get rolling.
Okay.
So,
Now, what kind of knife is this?
I don't know, Jen.
Oh.
It was a gift. It's my favorite knife
Why is it your favorite?
because it's sharp.
Oh, okay.
And it holds an edge. And I have a smaller hand, so a larger French knife for me is just not quite as workable. This is also a nice little Japanese knife that was also a gift to me, and keeping your knives sharp is the key. So we just need something to put some
Like chopped peppers
Yeah.
in? Is that good, or do we need more?
that should be good for now.
Okay.
Basically, gazpacho is a Spanish dish and translates literally to cold tomato soup, which is what we're making.
Perfect. You can compost all this.
Yep.
So it's John's first season with us, and we thought we'd give you a refresher on Little Gardens Everywhere and how we got started with Kitchen Inspired. Little Gardens Everywhere is a nonprofit that we started with Plymouth Area Renewable Energy Initiative about 3 years ago, and it's been a small but mighty group of people working to help people learn how to garden in their backyards. We have a plot at the Plymouth Cooperative Gardens, and we use that as our outdoor classroom. We also have done online programming where we show people how to compost. We really run the gamut with anything related to gardening, garden tours, etc. And Kitchen Inspired really was born out of teaching people how to cook from their gardens. So that's what we're here to do this season with John, and we are off to an awesome start, so thank you.
My pleasure.
And we couldn't bring any of this show to you without the generous support of Meredith Village Savings Bank, Patrick Miller, and Pam Andruskowitz, EVP Marketing and Media, Inspire Cafe, Little Gardens Everywhere, Local Foods Plymouth, Plymouth Area Renewable Energy Initiative, and Laconia Country Club.
So now
Okay.
I didn't want to hit this while you were.
All right, so we're just gonna chop up the veggies, not the tomatoes, not the cucumber. Or is the cucumber in there? Oh, okay, cucumber's in there.
Everybody's gonna get in on the fun. Yep.
Okay. And if you don't have a food processor at home, you can just chop this up all by hand, right?
You can you want it to be as finely chopped as possible, and a quick version, you can basically add all of these ingredients with the tomatoes, and it's kind of cheating, but it's delicious. Add 1 can of V8 vegetable juice.
Oh, all right.
This is really going to be best served a day or two afterwards. So you want to prepare this a couple days in advance. You want to give all the flavors a chance to kind of get together and do their thing.
And this is pretty, like I wouldn't have processed it as much, so I'm glad to see this because it's
Yeah, you know,
pretty
I mean,
creamy.
there's a lot of versions, obviously, of gazpacho. I find that I don't like eating soup with a knife and a fork, so and you know, soup shouldn't necessarily be something you have to chew. So,
And do you ever riff off these flavors, like use other vegetables or like pineapple or anything
I'm
like
pretty
that?
much an animal of doing the same thing over and over again. But you can do cold versions with watermelon. I mean, there's a million versions of gazpacho. This is the traditional gazpacho, and I'm sure the Spaniards would be a little upset to see watermelon in their soup.
We don't have to tell them.
Yeah, we won't. Here's the garlic.
Excellent. So is this going to go in the processor too?
This is
or?
going to go in the processor as well, with the tomatoes.
And why are we doing this separately from the other ingredients?
Just because it's hard to get everything in the Cuisinart at once, and some
Okay.
things puree quicker and easier than others, so you don't really want to necessarily have large chunks. I'm going to actually take this over there with me.
I'll clean our board for us. Oh, me too.
More tomatoes. Tomatoes really is the base for the soup, as we noted earlier with Spanish meat for gazpacho, meaning cold tomato soup. And you know, I also believe we aren't in Spain, so anything that you have in your garden that you enjoy, throw it right in there. We have green peppers, we have cucumber, tomato, garlic. What am I missing? I think that's it.
We have onions in there.
Onions. Yep.
Okay. Ooh, that looks good. Delish.
I think we could probably use this one last minute. Do you want to just
Sure.
give that a little chop?
Oh my gosh, this knife is divine.
Right?
I need mine sharpened, I think.
So on my last puree, I am going to add some extra virgin olive oil.
And how do you know how much is enough?
I just do, Jen.
Okay.
Fortunately for everybody who's watching,
Secret kept.
the recipe will be up.
Okay.
And we won't appear that we're just throwing things together, which is, kind of what I do. My favorite, we'll cover up the brand. Sherry vinegar is fabulous. It adds a real nice touch to most dressings, vinaigrettes, but it's going to give a little zing to this gazpacho. Of course, salt and pepper and everything. Give it a taste.
Yes, I do. That's good.
And obviously, as we said earlier, in a day or two from now, this is going to, all the flavors are going to come together, and it's going to be.
Yeah, that's going to be really good. Wow. Now, we had the salad, the arugula salad,
Yep.
and the gazpacho. That's a really nice lunch.
It is a really nice lunch. Little toasted pita bread, or actually, we are going to garnish this with a little fresh croutons, and there you have it. There's your gazpacho.
Yum. That's delicious. Thank you.